All right, hi everyone. Welcome back into another episode of Matt Sports Talk. I'm putting my iPad down. So over on one of my I think it's like a almost like a desk, so to speak, is where I put my iPad on. So that's why I was out of shot for a second. So real quick in this video, I'm going to be going over my updated bracket with you. And I believe going into today, I believe I'm 16-9, or no, 6, has to be 7. I know there were 24 games played yesterday, so I'm pretty sure I am 16-8 after day 1. Which again, that's just an estimate. I'm not 100% certain on that, but definitely not bad at all for the opening round matchup. So just how well have I done in the opening round matchups? Well, let's take a look. And again, I'll be recording a video tomorrow going over an updated view of this, as well as recapping the second round action for the men's and the women's teams in terms of just the Crossroads schools only. And now I know that I also went over, shooting numbers and box scores from the other team in each game in terms of non-Crossroads schools. And the reason I did that was in case you are, following along at home, maybe you're a big fan of the other team that one of the Crossroads League schools played. So I did not want to leave you out in terms of that. Wanted to, of course, share with you the stats for, from your team. If that's one of your teams that I talked about, definitely wanted to cover that as well. So I'm going to start actually over here in the doer quadrant yesterday. You had 1 Bethel, Tennessee, 16 Talladega. I had Bethel, Tennessee. They won. And then, of course, this was a game I missed. 8 Oregon Tech, 9 Huntington. I went Oregon Tech. Again, the 8-9 matchups are really, really hard to predict. So I missed that one. And then we had 4 Lewis Clark State, 13 Hope International. I had Lewis Clark State. Lewis Clark won, so I got that game right. And I did not actually circle that, so I'll have to circle that, make sure I get that. Actually, I'm going to do that right now, so I'm going to step out of the shot for just a minute here and circle Lewis Clark State on my paper, let's see, Lewis Clark, so just make sure that I circle the right team here. Here we have, there we go. That should work. There we go. Perfect. So I got that right. Lewis Clark, obviously. And then 5 Montana Tech, 12 Nelson out of Texas. I had Montana Tech in that game. That game was close. Montana Tech ended up winning. I got that one right. 3 Lindsey Wilson, 14 Williams Baptist. I had Lindsey Wilson, and they won, so I got that one right. 6 Southeastern, 11 Faulkner. Again, that was a super close game, and Southeastern prevailed in the end. I had them, so I got that one right. 2 Dakota Wesleyan, 15 St. Francis of Illinois. Had Dakota Wesleyan. Actually, I have Dakota Wesleyan going to the Elite 8. So obviously I got Dakota Wesleyan right in their game last night. This was another game I missed. 7 Eastern Oregon, 10 College of the Ozarks. The Ozarks won, so an upset here. Again, I'm not surprised that the Ozarks won this game, especially because they made it to the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game. They ended up losing to Mid-America Christian, but I am not surprised at that result with the Ozarks winning. So again, missed that game. It's basically, if you have done a bracket at home, maybe this is your first year doing a bracket, maybe you've done a bracket for the past several years, you know that predicting the 8-9 matchups as well as the 7-10s, those can really go either way. It's basically a 50-50 toss-up. And then so that was the doer quadrant. The listing quadrant, this was the quadrant that had the least amount of upsets, believe it or not. And you had 1 Marion, 16 Haskell, had Marion. Actually, I had Marion going to the Elite 8. Got Marion right. Obviously, 8 Columbia, 9 Carroll. I had Columbia. Columbia won that game. I think Columbia could really give Marion a run for their money tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm really intrigued by that game. I think I'll be paying attention to the score of that one at least for a little while. Or maybe pretty much the whole game, with maybe almost the whole game, because I definitely want to catch up on sleep tonight, because we didn't get home until 2 o'clock this morning, and of course, I'm definitely not used to being up that late. So again, I'm quite tired and definitely want to catch up on sleep tonight. And then 4 Evangel, 13 USAO. I had Evangel, and this was a super, super close game. And I had Columbia, or not Columbia, Evangel. Yes, Evangel, USAO. Had Evangel. They won, so I got that one right. This was a game I missed, and really, this was the only major upset in this whole entire quad in the listing, is what we're looking at, because we looked at the doer a minute ago. So in the listing, this was our only biggest upset, or really our only upset so far. 12 Shawnee State upset, 5 William Carey. I had William Carey, and I think a lot of people did. I know some people might have had Shawnee State, but my mom is one of those people that had Shawnee. And so, again, got that one wrong. Obviously, 3 UT Southern, 14 Northwestern. This was a super, super close game. I didn't think it would be that close, but UT Southern did prevail in that one, so I got that right. 6 Spring Arbor, 11 Indiana Tech. I alluded to that in my last video. Spring Arbor got the win there, so I got that one right. And, of course, I know a lot of people, I'm sure, picked Indiana Tech. I know my brother did. And I went with Spring Arbor, got that one right too. Campbellsville 15 Bryan. Obviously it was all Campbellsville. Like, we were looking at the score of that game last night, down at Rio Grande when we were watching Rio and Rochester Christian. And yeah, it was all Campbellsville in that one. And then 7 LSU Shreveport, 10 Benedictine. I know some people picked Benedictine. I picked Shreveport. They ended up winning, so I got that one right. So that's the right side of the bracket. So again, on the right side of the bracket, I only missed I only missed 3 on the right side of the bracket. And you figure too, like I think there's what, 16 teams? So you have 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, yeah, 16 teams in each quadrant, and out of the 24 teams and just out of the 24 teams on the right side of the bracket, I only missed 4. So out of the right side of the bracket, out of the 24 teams, I only missed 4. So, and I went 20 and 4, at least by my math, 20 and 4 for me on the first day, just in the right side of the bracket. So obviously I'll take that all day. Really good. Obviously, really good statistics there. And then on the left side of the bracket, this is the one that had the most upsets and the one that I have, obviously, the most losses with. Yeah, 1 Freed Hardman, 16 Rust. I had Hardman, they won. 8 Langston, 9 Bethel. I know a lot of people had Langston. Some might have had Bethel. I had Bethel out of Indiana, so I got that one right. I got that upset right. 4 Loyola, 13 Milligan. Had Loyola, they won. 5 Georgetown, 12 Taylor. Obviously, that was all Georgetown from the get-go. Had them. Got that right. 3 Dakota State, 14 Grandview. Had Dakota State. They won very easily. And this was really, I think, the first biggest upset in the Naismith quadrant, because this is the one that we are looking at. You had 6 Concordia, Nebraska, who upset Dordt in a GPAC title game, 11 Bethel, Kansas, and Bethel, Kansas with the big upset there. So obviously I missed that game. 2 Rio Grande, 15 Rochester Christian. I was at that game. Rochester Christian gave Rio a run, but really every time Rochester Christian made a run, Rio had an answer every time, so I got that one right. And then 7 Cumberlands, 10 IWU. I was at that game last night. That was the late game at 8 o'clock. Really good game. So glad I was able to go. And obviously, I thought Cumberlands would win. I thought Cumberlands would win by at least 15-20, honestly. But again, I was not surprised that IWU was able to win that one. So Indiana Wesleyan, I got that game wrong, obviously, but I'm not totally surprised at all. And then, so that's the Naismith quadrant. So in the Naismith quadrant, I only missed 2 games. I only missed 2 games out of the 16. So I went 14-2 in the Naismith quadrant just on the first day alone. The first day alone, 14-2. Really, again, I mean, I went with Cumberlands because I really thought, and I'm sure a lot of people did, because I really thought that they would be able to beat IWU easily. So again, not totally shocked by that, but obviously, that's again, great win for IWU, and man, like that was just absolutely awesome, even though I did not pick them on my bracket, but still, great win nonetheless. So glad I got a chance to be there. The Kramer quadrant, you had 1 Dordt, 16 Simpson. It was all Dordt. They set a program record, I think the most points in a single game with 120. 8 Rocky Mountain, 9 Southern Oregon. This was a game I got wrong because I went Southern Oregon. Rocky Mountain ended up winning. So again, I got that one wrong. 4 Mid-America Naz, 13 St. Mary. Had Mid-America Naz. got that one right. 5 Mid-America Christian, 12 Olivet Nazarene. I had Olivet won, so I got that one right. So that was a big upset that I actually picked correctly. And then this was the first upset of the day. 3 Corbin, 14 Texas A&M, San Antonio. San Antonio had with a 10-point upset. I had Corbin going all the way to the Elite Eight. So obviously that was a big bracket buster with the result of that game, and probably a big bracket buster for a lot of people as far as that goes. Then another upset, 6 Friends, 11 Hastings. I know a lot of people had Hastings because they're a great team out of GPAC, very competitive. I went with Friends. Hastings won very easily. So, again, missed that one, obviously. 2 St. Francis, 15 Brescia. Had St. Francis. They won easily, so I got that right. 7 College of Idaho, 10 Briarcliff. I know some people probably picked Briarcliff. I went with College of Idaho because I went against the Yotes last year. They won, so I went with the Yotes this year. They won, so obviously I could not go against them this year, even though the 7-10 matchups are hard to predict. And I got that one right. So I missed only 3 games in the Kramer, missed 2 in the Naismith. So that's 5 games. So out of 32 teams, and on the left side, just on the left side of the bracket, out of 32 teams, I only missed 5 games. I only missed 5 in Naismith. So based on the right side of the bracket, and again, if I'm doing my math right, which I'm probably not, you would have 27-5 would be my record on the left side of the bracket, which again that's really good. Just on one side of the bracket, 27-5, and then on the right side of the bracket, I missed 3 out of those 32, so 29-3 on the left side of the bracket. So if you round it up after the first day, you would have 49 and 8, I believe, because that's probably not right. My math's probably way off. But, but still, excluding my math being way off, only missing 5 games on the left side of the bracket, that's not bad at all. And that's just in the opening round. So only missing 5 games, not bad. And then, of course, I mentioned I lost 3 games on the right side of the bracket, so not bad there either. So all in all, I only lost 8 games total on the first day out of 32 games yesterday. I only missed 8 of them. So yeah, 24. It'd be 24. Yeah, 24-8 right now because there's been 32 games played. So, and I missed 8 of them. So yeah, 20. So my record definitely should be 24-8 going into this afternoon. So again, not too terribly bad at all after the first day. So again, that's an updated view of my bracket. So if you did enjoy this video or find it super helpful and informative, please either like, comment, or subscribe. Any one of those options helps me out greatly. I truly appreciate any feedback that you may provide me. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. And again, please subscribe to my channel down below if you have not already done so you are first notified whenever I upload new episodes. I truly appreciate any feedback that you may provide me. Thanks so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you tomorrow with recapping all the second round games from the Crossroads schools and giving you an updated view of my bracket after the second round games are fully completed. Can't wait to dive into that tomorrow afternoon. Make sure that you stay tuned for that. Have a great rest of your weekend. God bless.